Hey guys, it is Thursday here in West Virginia, and we're doing an extra video this week because we have a new casting to show you today. I mentioned it in my other video when I unboxed the Christmas Dodge Stepside on our Truckin' Tuesday, which was on a Wednesday. So, anyways, I did pick up an extra Challenger so I can crack it open for you guys. And right now, we just had 3 contenders for like most realistic, and that's Autoworld, Greenlight, Johnny Lightning. Hot Wheels doesn't do too bad with their premium Challenger either. I had one in the Pro Stock look. The Dick Landy and the Continental Shaker, it's the same body that they use, but it is on a different chassis and it has a different interior than what's used on like a common Challenger mainline. It's this guy here. So we'll go ahead and put him out here because it is also a contender. Kind of move it over, get them all in the spotlight. So those are your 4 main contenders, 4 most realistic ones you could put in a diorama. The Hot Wheels one is a little small, as you can see, next to the Autoworld. So it is a little bit short, not too much though, but it is a little bit narrow. So that kind of hurts it there. So the Hot Wheels is a little bit small to start popping them into your diorama that is true 1/64th. But it's not as bad as like the M2 Dart compared to the other darts. And when you set it next to a 69 Charger, the Dart is just as long. So it just doesn't work. The Hot Wheels Challenger can work. It's not off that much, but it can't be lined up in a row with these 3 guys. Even the Johnny Lightning has a hard time contending if you have them all next to each other. The Johnny Lightning is pretty much the length, but it doesn't have the correct, I don't know, look to it. The wheelbase is there too, but it just is like kind of pudgy, like fat looking in the center here is the problem I have with the Johnny Lightning. But other than that, it's not bad. I have this one usually in my showroom, so you really can't see it too much, and it is the right size for 1/64, the length anyways, but the proportions and the girth, the thickness of it is just not correct. So that leaves us with Autoworld and Greenlight, and they both are pretty good. The Autoworld is the best, obviously. It's true to scale. The Greenlight one is not bad, but they did something with their chassis or the front wheel opening where it looks like the front axle is shoved back too far. That's always been my issue with it. And the driver's side looks worse than the passenger side usually. But if you kind of push on the axle a little bit, bring it out, you can get it to look proportioned right because there is slop in the axle. But that is my issue with it. And other than that, it's not a bad looking car. And the Autoworld, I don't like their Mopar rallies, but they're Stillies. So let's say we get one with still rims to compare it. Okay, so here's our still rims from Autoworld and our still rims from Greenlight. They both look like proportioned correctly. Is that the Greenlight does look a little bit thicker in areas. The Autoworld probably is more correct because they boast about being accurate 1/64th and things like that. And Greenlight did in some points, but so the Greenlight and the Autoworld can fit in, like it's lining them up next to each other. Okay, so here is this guy. Will he be a game changer or no? I wish I could have got the one in the, or the 2 that are in the Christmas bulbs, because this is a brand new casting. They're doing the same thing they did with the Dodge truck casting last year. They launched it in the Christmas stuff. There was a Power Wagon in your Coca-Cola set, and then there were 2 Snow Fighter Power Wagons in the bulbs. So this year they did the same thing with the Challenger. This Challenger, which is a 1970, this is a misprint on the base. They say 1971 Dodge Challenger RT Hemi, and it's not. Even the vanity plate, you can see it says 1970. You can tell by the tail lights it's not a 71, and it doesn't have the split grille. So definitely not a 71. And then they have 2 in the bulbs that are supposed to be a Walmart exclusive too. I don't think my state of West Virginia even got the palette of the Christmas ornament bulbs with the cars inside them last year. Hopefully this year they'll reconsider and send them to us, but I doubt it. I'm not that lucky. Because I've even seen some guys' stores getting 2 sidekicks of these, and we only got 1 as far as I know, and I was a day late, but luckily I still was able to get mostly everything I wanted in a complete set. The only thing that was missing were the gold square bodies, but I did get 1. They left 1, so I had a complete set, which I sold. I was hoping to get an extra one because I was going to rob the wheels and put them on my fire truck from M2 of the Dodge fire truck from, I think, Emergency. But anyways, back to this guy. So let's get him out and take a look at him. I've already cut the back of it open, so we can flip it open as usual like a door and get him out. And the car does look really good. Looking at all of the body lines and everything, like, look at it. It does look really nice. They could have done better at painting the mag wheels or cutting out the holes. That's always been an issue with all manufacturers. Even Autoworld does it too. Nice job. Tail lights are acrylic. And bumpers are separate pieces. So they get points for that. Detailed, like, trim, door handles. This is really hard to tell on this car because of all the snowflakes and garbage. And it's got the red interior and the red shaker, which is okay because it is a Christmas car. But I'm going to get this to pop open. There we go. So under the hood looks pretty decent. Inner fenders are correct. Core support's correct. Paint the same color as the car, which is cool. The red gut is okay. It would look really good if this car was black with a red RT stripe on the side. Maybe look killer. And anyways, let's get him off the stand so we can get a better look at him next to the others. That's what I'm curious about, and I'm afraid that this guy is going to be too big. It kind of looks like it when I'm holding it in my hand compared to the others. That was a very disappointing thing about the Dart, because the Dart is nice. Yeah, I mean, the proportions, body lines, everything looks really good on the Dart. Maybe the front part of the fender is a little bit too long on the front fender of the Dart, but besides that, it looks fantastic, but it's way too big. So, here you go. Beautiful 70 by M2. And this one had the axle shoved backwards. And I know what happened. This axle does not go through a hole like on all the other castings I've taken apart. It just sits there. And the body has 2 little nipples on it that hold the axle down. So it doesn't slide through. Kind of like some Hot Wheels. How they're made. If you drill the rivet out and take them apart, you notice that the axle is just setting in there. And it doesn't have a little clip, like 3-prong thing holding the axle down. It's just sitting in there, and part of the body helps hold it in place. That's what's done with this guy. Maybe one day in the future, if I get more of these, I'll do a wheel swap to show you guys. But now you can see it is a tad bit too long, but not that bad. But it would be hard to get it to fit in. Maybe if you have it parked next to like a 71 Charger or something. The width is okay, it seems like. Like the windshields, I don't know, they look okay. And let's go ahead and line up the front end and just see. Yeah, it's a little bit too long. Now, this is, in my opinion, a true to scale 71 RT. I never did the measurements, but it looks like it comparing to all the cars I have that are true to scale, like my A bodies and E bodies. So, looking at this, it is a little bit longer. So, actually, these are a little bit big, but they're not as bad as the Dart. The Dart is actually as long as a Roadrunner or Charger, so they're way off. But this car isn't that bad, actually. I thought, actually, the other day when I was looking at it and kind of lining it up while it was in the package, it looked a little bit bad. I mean, it shouldn't be that close to a 71 Charger in length, but if you had them scattered throughout here and there in the dealership, not lined up next to a bunch of other ones, it would probably fit in. But if you have it like next to these guys, yeah, it does look a little bit off. But if you ended up like switching everything to just M2 71 Challengers, it probably wouldn't be that bad. Let's see, compared to Greenlight, you can see just a little bit longer. Not much at all. So, I wish I could get the bulb set. It's like a chrome color paint, kind of like these guys. I wouldn't say Spectre Flame, but it's a little bit more a deep, like a candy color than your average colors. But what the bulb set has, they have a green one. It's not like a sublime green. It's more of like a medium green. Not dark, but not as neon as like your Sassy Grass green. And then they have one that is like a magenta color. It's a little bit darker than your Panther Pink, and then or Moulin Rouge, how we're going to call it. But they do look good. I wish I could get my hands on that set and the Power Wagon set. That would be fantastic. But there you got it, guys. There's your Autoworld Greenlight. Then we'll put the M2 there. And then move Johnny Lightning over here. It's not too bad. I wish it didn't have all the snowflakes on it. That way we could get a more accurate thing. The snowflakes really take away from the body lines and such. But honestly, it's not that bad. If you, let's put them like that. And kind of do a flyover. So yeah, it is longer. As you can see, as I mentioned, it is longer. But it could work in some ways in your diorama. So not bad. And it does have really nice lines. Everything about it is beautiful, actually. The lines, the bumpers, the grill, everything. So it's going to be, in my opinion, a game changer. I'm probably going to try to get a few of them to get rid of maybe my Greenlight stuff in the diorama, not sell them or anything like that, but just move them out and then put some of the Autoworld or the M2 stuff in here. Because as I said, I have a thing against the Greenlights, the way they look like the front axle shoved back, and the really fat tires. The Autoworld TAs I'm going to keep because I got mostly all the high impact colors sitting next to each other in the dealership. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and good luck finding these Challenger Christmas ornaments and Coca-Cola Christmas cars out there. If you're not first, then you're going to be last, like Ricky Bobby says, because you're not going to get them. All right, thanks for watching, guys.